discuss about the Java if-else statements in a detailed manner. So in this video I will try to explain about what is if-else statements and their basics and the usages in the programming language and other related stuff. In the upcoming videos we will try to dig in more details about each statement in a detailed manner using syntax, using programs and using real life examples. So first, what is if-else statement? In our general life, in our day-to-day life, we used to use if-else regularly. So for example, this is one of the basic examples for explaining if-else statements. If it rains, then I will take an umbrella. So here I'm specifying a condition. If some condition is getting satisfied, then I will do some other action. So if it rains, then I will take an umbrella. If it doesn't rain, I won't take an umbrella. So here that if it rains is a condition. See, only if condition is satisfied, I will do some work. So if it doesn't rain, then I won't do any other work. So here, based on some condition, we are trying to operate some other function. So similarly in programming languages, so if we do some work based on some condition, if some condition satisfied, then if we do some work only based on some condition, then that would be considered as if-else statement. So conditional statements, these are all conditional statements. Only if condition satisfied, we will do some work. If your condition doesn't satisfy, we won't do that work. So that conditional statements can be classified into many categories. If-else is the one of the important conditional statements. Under if-else, there are many types. For example, if statement, if-else statement, if-else-if ladder, nested if statement. So these are the four categories that are majorly used by Java developers. It is not only to Java. You can take any programming language. In most of the programming language, if-else is supported. So that's the power of if-else. That's the power of conditional statements. We'll try to cover more things in a detailed manner in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.
Discuss about Java if statement in a detailed manner, where we will try to discuss syntax, use case, program and then real world scenarios. So generally, what is a if statement? So in our day-to-day life, we used to use if statement regularly. In this scenario, the use case is if your age is above or equal to 18, which means if your age is above or equal to 18, then you are eligible to vote. If your age is below 18, then you are not eligible to vote. So here, if this condition is satisfied, then some other statements would be executed. So that's the real world scenario, the real world use case. So you would have a doubt, how would we execute this thing programmatically? So we will try to cover those things in this video. So here, if your age is above or equal to 18 means that's the condition. That condition should be satisfied. That condition should be, only if that condition is satisfied, then some statements should execute. So here that condition would be checked. If your age is above or equal to 18, which means this age should be above or equal to 18, then we will try to execute some code. So this is syntax. If open brace, close brace, inside if open brace and close brace, we should specify the condition. So the system checks whether condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then it will try to execute the statements which are present inside the open and close flower brackets. So this is the syntax. So this is the flow diagram. So here this is the condition. This diamond box is a condition checker. If the condition is true, then if code would be executed, which means the code to be executed would be executed. If the condition is false, the remaining code would be executed. So you might have some doubts regarding that. So I will try to clear those doubts using this program. So in this program, we are trying to get the input from user, which is age, and we are trying to store that age in the variable named age. If age greater than or equal to 18, this is the condition. What we try to do is we try to print a message stating that you are a major. And then what we are trying to do is we are trying to add another statement outside the flower brackets. to signify that is the end of the program, which is by. So if you run this program, sorry, there's some syntax error. Yes, that's why. So if we run this program, so the system would ask the age. If we specify the age is 18 or above 18, the system would print the message called you are a major. So the reason behind that is the age is 18. 18 greater than or equal to 18. The condition is true. So if the condition is true, the statements which are present inside the float brackets would be executed. So the statements which are present in the inside the float brackets are system.out.println you are a major. So this would be executed, and then the remaining statements which are present outside the float brackets, which is system.out.println by, that would be executed. If suppose if I am trying to give the input which is less than 18, which means the condition is false. For example, if I am specifying the age is 18 and if I try to execute this program, you could see the output as by. The reason behind that is 10 is not greater than or equal to 18, so the condition is failed. So if the condition is failed, then this statement won't be executed, and then this statement would be executed because these statements are present outside this float bracket. So this by would be executed instead of printing you are a major. So this is a basic program to explain about if statement. So thanks for watching. It's about Java if-else statement syntax, scenario, and then a sample program to explain how we can use Java if-else statement in real-time scenarios. So first, what is if-else statement? So generally in our day-to-day life, we used to use if-else regularly. For example, if suppose if it rains, I won't go to school. If it doesn't rain, I will go to school. So here there is a condition called rains. If today rains, then I won't go to school. So if there is no rain today, then I will go to school. So here if condition is satisfied, then there would be some set of operations would be executed. If the condition doesn't get satisfied, then another set of statements would be executed. So we could use those scenarios to in programmatically also. For example, here this is the condition. So this is syntax. If open brace and close brace, inside that we need to specify the condition. If condition is getting satisfied, then the condition if block code would be executed, which is present inside the float brackets. If the condition is not getting satisfied, then the else block code would be executed. So this is the flow diagram. So condition, if the condition is true, then the if block code would be executed. If the condition is not true, then else block code would be executed. So this is the theoretical explanation of if else. Now we will try to explain that using some program. So in this program, what we are trying to do is we are trying to get the input. We are trying to get the age input from the user. If the age greater than or equal to 18, then what we are trying to do is we are trying to print some output. So here we are trying to print you are a major. If the age is not greater than or equal to 18, then what we are trying to do is you are trying to print some other information, some other thing called you are a minor. So and then what we are trying to do is we are trying to print a statement called by to signify that this is the end of the statement. So here what we are trying to do is we are trying to get the input age from the user, and we are trying to store that in the variable called age, and we are trying to check whether that age is greater than or equal to 18. If the age is greater than or equal to 18, then the statements that are present inside the float brackets would be executed. If the age is not greater than or equal to 18, then the else statements would be executed. So finally this statement would be executed even if either if the condition is satisfied or condition is not satisfied. If we execute this program, then we would be asked to enter the age. So firstly I am trying to enter the age 18. So if I if you check the output, you would see that you are a major. The reason behind that is 18 greater than equal to 18, condition true. If the condition is true, then the statements which are present inside the open and close bracket of if statement would be executed, which is you are a major. That's why you are seeing this output, you are a major. If the condition is not getting satisfied, then you would see output as a minor. So, and then finally you would see the output as by. I am trying to run this program 1 second. Now I am trying to give the input as 10. If you enter, you could see the output, you are a minor. The reason behind it is age 10 greater than equal to 18, false. If the condition is getting failed, then else statements would be executed. The else statement here is you are a minor, that would be executed, and then finally by would be executed. So thanks for watching this video. Now we are going to discuss about Java if else if ladder statement. So generally in our real life we used to use if else if conditions regularly. For example, if some condition is satisfied, then I will do this set of things. Otherwise I will try to check another condition. If another condition is satisfied, I will try to do some set of conditions like that. So in programming languages also we will try to solve those use cases using if else if ladder. So this is the syntax of if else if ladder. So the basic definition of if else if ladder statement is executes one condition from multiple statements. So the syntax is as follows: if open bracket close bracket, inside that we need to specify the condition. If the condition is satisfied, then code block will be executed. If the condition is not satisfied, then another condition would be checked, which would be present at the else if block. Else if open bracket close bracket condition, else if condition would be checked. If the condition is true, then code block 2 would be executed. Otherwise finally the code that is present in the else block would be executed. So this is the syntax, and the flow diagram is as follows. So first the condition would be check, condition 1. If the condition is true, block 1 code would be executed. If the condition is false, condition 2 is checked. If the condition 2 is true, then the block 2 code would be executed. If the condition 2 is false, then finally condition n would be checked. So that could be n number of conditions. It's not 1, 2. It can be 100 conditions, it can be 1000 conditions, it can be millions of conditions. It doesn't matter at all. So finally the condition n would be checked. If the condition n is true, then block n would be executed. Otherwise finally the else block would be executed. So that's the syntax, that's the flow diagram about flow diagram of if else if ladder. So here what we are trying to do is we are trying to get the input age from the user if age less than 0, and then what we are trying to print is we are trying to print system.print you are a invalid age, invalid age. If suppose if age is not less than 0, and the second condition if age is less than 18, and then what we are trying to do is we are trying to print another output called you are a minor. So finally else block, you are a, and then what we are trying to do is we are trying to print the print some statement called by, which is used to signify that this is the end of the program. So here what we have done is we are trying to specify the first condition in if block if age less than 0. If the age is less than 0, then if block would be executed. Otherwise the another condition would be checked, that is present in else if block. Else if age less than 18. So if age is less than 18, this block would be executed. If age is not less than 18, then finally else block would be executed. If we run this program, it will prompt the user to give the input. Firstly what we are trying to do is throwing some error. Could you guess the error in this program? 23 line. So this is the error. So there is some syntax error, println. So once again we are trying to run this program. So firstly I will try to give the input as -10. It's taking some time. Yes, -10, and I'm trying to enter So we will try to see some output called invalid age. The reason behind that is -10 lesser than 0. So the first condition is getting satisfied. So if the condition is getting satisfied, the statements which are present inside the open and close brace would be executed, which is invalid age. And then another condition, the other condition, the remaining condition won't be executed at all. It will directly go to the remaining code, which is by. That's why we are saying by. So I am trying to run this program once again. So now I am trying to give the input as 10. Here age is 10 lesser than 0, the condition is failed, so it will try to check the another condition, 10 lesser than 18. Here the condition is getting satisfied. The statements which are present inside the else if block would be executed, which are you are a minor, and then the other statements would be skip. Finally the remaining code would be executed, which is by. So I am trying to run this program once again. Now I am going to give the input as 18. If you run this program, what we would see is you are a major and by. The reason behind it is, first the condition would be checked, 18 less than 0 false, and then else if 18 less than 18 false. So the remaining block is else block, that code would be executed, you are a major, and then by. So this is a sample program to explain if else if ladder. Discuss about Java nested if statement, syntax, program, flow diagram, and then real-time scenarios where nested if should be used. So the basic definition of Java nested if statement is if block within another if block. If suppose if you have a condition that needs to be satisfied, if one condition is satisfied, then you could use Java nested if. So that's the statement, that's the definition. If block within another if block. So the syntax is as follows: if condition 1, if the condition is getting satisfied, then we will try to execute some statements. In those statements there would be another condition, if condition 2, if the next condition also gets getting satisfied, then we will try to execute the code. So this is the flow diagram. So sorry, this is the syntax, this is the flow diagram. So condition 1 is true means condition 2 would be checked. If the condition 2 is also true means block 2 code would be executed. If the condition 1 is false means then finally it would skip the entire process and it will try to execute the remaining code. If the condition 1 is true but condition 2 false is, it will try to execute the, sorry, I think I missed something. No, if condition 2 false means it will try to execute the remaining code. So we will try to explain this using this program. Here this is the fragment that we are trying to focus on. So here if age greater than equal to 0, that's the first statement, that's the first condition. If this condition is getting satisfied, then we will try to execute a set of statements which is present inside this floor bracket. So in this floor bracket, what we are trying to do is we are trying to check another condition. If age lesser than 18, if age lesser than 18 means that's another condition, that's the second condition. If the condition is also getting satisfied, then we will try to execute the set of statements which are present inside this open and close brace, open and close floor brackets. If the first condition is true but the second condition is false, then we will try to execute the statement which are present inside this else block. If you run this program, if you run this program, so I will try to give the input as 10. If you run this, you will see the output as you are a minor. The reason behind it is 10 greater than 0, the first condition is true, and then it will try to check the second condition which is 10 lesser than 18. So the condition is also getting satisfied, so it will try to execute the statement which are present inside this open and close floor bracket, which is you are a minor. And then I am trying to run this program once again with another input. Here now I am going to give the input as 18. If I run this program, you could see the output as you are a major. The reason behind that is 18 greater than 0, so this condition is getting satisfied. It will try to check the another condition, if age lesser than 18, 18 equal to 18, 18 is not less than 18, so this condition is getting failed. So the statements which are present in the else block would be executed, which is you are a major. So that's why we are seeing the output as you are a major. If you are trying to run this program once again with another input called -10, so you would see the output as invalid age. The reason behind is if age greater than equal to 0, so which is -10 greater than equal to 0, condition false. So the statements which are present inside this floor, open and close floor brackets won't be executed. It would execute only the else block statements. So the statements which are present inside the else block is invalid age. That's why we are seeing the output as invalid age. Thanks for watching. To discuss about ternary operator in a detailed manner using syntax, real life examples, real time examples, and then using some sample program. What is a ternary operator? Ternary operator is one of the widely used conditional operators. So there are many use cases where we need to use ternary operator than other operators. So this is syntax. So syntax is as follows: result. So this is the variable where we are storing the final output equal to test statement. If this test statement is true, then the value which is present after question mark would be assigned to result variable. So after question mark, the value is value 1, that would be assigned to the variable result. If this condition is false, then the value which is present after colon would be assigned to result. So this is the basic syntax. So if test statement is true, then result equal to value 1. If the test statement is false, then result equal to value 2. Example, boolean status equal to some condition. Sorry, this should have been question mark true colon false. If the condition is true, then true would be assigned to false status. If the condition is false, then this false would be assigned to status. So we will try to execute that syntax using some sample program. So boolean, so here we are trying to get an input from the user, which is age, and we are trying to check whether the age is above 18 or not, above greater than equal to 18 or not. If the age is greater than equal to 18, then he is a major, he or she is a major. If the age is lesser than 18, then he or she is a minor. So major. Now we are going to give the condition age greater than equal to 18 question mark, which is the conditional operator, and then true colon false. So here what we are trying to do is, first we are trying to specify the condition, which is age greater than equal to 18, and then the conditional operator, which is colon question mark. If the condition is satisfied, which is true, then this true would be assigned to major. If this condition is false, then the false would be assigned to major. And then we are trying to print this status, which is major. If we run this program, you could see the following output. So it would prompt us to enter the age. First, initially I would give the input as 18. If we could see the output as true. The reason behind it is 18 greater than equal to 18. The condition is true. If the condition is true, then the statement which is present after the semicolon would be executed, which would be assigned to major, which is true would be assigned to major. Now I am trying to execute this program once again, and I am trying to give the input as 10. If you run this program, could you guess the output? Yes, it's false. The reason behind that is 10 greater than equal to 18. The condition is false. Then the statement of value which is present after colon would be assigned to major. Here the value after colon is false, that would be assigned to major. So that's why we are seeing false as an output. So thanks for watching.